Thanks for tuning into the Urban Scope podcast. I'm back with another Inside the Scope edition of my podcast. Today I'll be covering Irv Gotti. Rest in peace to the music mogul and co-founder of Murder Inc. He passed away at the age of 54. Now, Irv Gotti is probably one of the most underrated moguls. Like I cover Master P, but people know what he has done for hip hop and what he has done for music as a whole. But Irv Gotti is more behind the scenes, and unless you grew up in the late '90s, early 2000s, you really didn't know his effect on music and what he brought to the game. He brought a lot, and also just speaking on his label, he was a co-founder of Murder Inc. With Chris Gotti, but Murder Inc. had one of the most influential rap labels of all time. When you think about and it was mostly two artists. You had Ja Rule, and then you had Ashanti. Then, of course, they had other artists like Cadillac Ty and Charlie Baltimore. But these artists were mostly features on songs that featured or that starred Ja Rule. And until 50 Cent came along, Ja Rule was the hottest thing out. He was always on the radio charts. He was doing all these movie cameos and doing all these different things. But he kind of went away from the pedigree that he had with these melodic songs, and um, he was untouchable back then. And Irv Gotti was a catalyst for these songs and these albums and this music as well. Um, but when you think about the hits that he produced and the different songs that he helped create, one of the songs that come to mind is the Ja Rule and Ashanti. I mean, not Ja Rule and Ashanti. The Ja Rule and J Lo song. He did the Murder Inc. remix for it, and this song, man, I listened to this song probably 100 times. Well, watch the video because that's when videos were prominent. I watched that video probably 30 times a day because it was always on. It would be the it would be always top five on BET 106 in Park, which man, those were the days when you had 106 in Park and you can watch these videos. And sometimes they always didn't play the videos in their entirety, but that I'm Real remix with uh, Ja Rule and J Lo, that was the video, and that was the song because, like I said, that song was played, and I never got tired of it for some reason. But that song was monumental, and Irv was a lot in the backgrounds of that song. And like I said, they unfortunately had the beef with 50 Cent, who, ironically scolded them for having these melodic raps, but 50 Cent did the same thing later. And his idol LL Cool J had these elements to a degree in his songs. So it seemed like it was very hypocritical, but at the time nobody caught it until later. And unfortunately, Ja Rule didn't stick to the pedigree, but nevertheless, Irv Gotti brought us a lot of different artists and a lot of different hits. Now, when you think about, I talked about he brought us Ja Rule and Ashanti, but he helped bring Jay-Z and DMX in the fold as well. So from that mid 90s to that early 2000s, he was very instrumental or influential in bringing some of hip hop giants into the fold. Oh, excuse me, into the fold. So, like I said, he doesn't get talked about enough, I believe, because, like I said, most time he's in the background. But he produced some of the best records that we've heard. Like Always on Time, Thug Lovin', Living It Up with Bobby Brown and Ja Rule. And then he was also the creator of the BET series Tales, which takes hip hop songs and kind of reenact them into a dramatization, so to speak. I still have to check that out. It's a very good concept as well. But he was also known for beating the federal case um, back when they were trying to say that Murder Inc. was started with illegal funding. So he was able to get out of that case, which is very difficult to do. And then recently he had that amazing interview on Drink Champs where he kind of talked about the different things that he went throughout his career and the different troubles. But then he even brought up his diabetes in that interview. He talked about, and then I believe Nori asked him, "Is your diabetes under control now?" And he said no. He talked about this, and he talked about how he wanted to live his life and not give up his favorite things, favorite foods and things like that. So he seemed to appear to live a full life from his standpoint, and what he's done for the music industry shouldn't be minimized or shouldn't be frowned upon or, downgraded in any kind of way, because he brings us some of the top artists. When you think about DMX and Jay-Z, those artists are in a lot of people's top tens, and he helped bring those into music. He believed in a lot of people when people didn't. And he had this creative mind that was able to see what other people couldn't see, because we know being a visionary is a gift and a curse. You're, you're gifted to see something other people can't see, but you're cursed to sit in it alone. And that seems like that was Irv Gotti's motto coming into the music industry. But we lost a legend in hip hop, and rest in peace to Irv Gotti at the age of 54. And thanks for tuning into the Urban Scope podcast. And until next time, I'll see you next time.